Hi, it's Jeff Carlson with My Resource Library, filming a MRL Speaks podcast. This week, I am joined by some very good friends of mine from Artopex. We have Benoit Goudreault. Did I say it right, Benoit? I know I get
you. It. Yeah, right.
I do say it right. Okay.
Yeah.
We have Ben Forest. That one's an easy one. I can nail that one without problem. And then, oh boy, I'm drawing a blank as to who the other gentleman is. Oh, Kevin McDermott. How are you guys?
Excellent, Jeff.
Excellent, Jeff.
Good.
So we're going to have a little fun because I have known these guys for, oh my good Lord, over 20 some odd years. My family is the Artopex rep. I believe they're still your Artopex rep. Ben, is my dad still your Artopex rep?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you'd be amazed at how much we don't talk about furniture anymore since I left the family business. You know, I'm the black sheep. But so I met Kevin McDermott was actually my sales manager covering the Michigan market. Came in and worked with me lots and lots of times. Benoit, I actually met Benoit because he was the superstar at Artopex in Toronto. And so I would go up to Toronto's showroom. They always would have a nice bottle of Jack Daniels for me for their open houses. And I ended up meeting Benoit. And then, of course, later I've met Ben. And I have a great relationship with you guys. But I wanted to just share a quick story of our relationship because I'm pretty sure this sums it up really, really well. There was this one time that Kevin and Ben were coming to play golf with me and work with me in Michigan when they decided to drive down from Toronto, only to get stopped at the border, almost arrested at the border, if I remember correctly, all for carrying a sample kit for Artopex. And then we ended up playing golf. Kevin ended up staying. Ben, you drove back. But I seem to recall that story. Anything you guys want to add to that?
Yeah, Ben will probably want because he was the one that was the, I guess, the most scared of the whole affair. Because I actually got out of the car, but Ben was nervous. So Ben, you go ahead. You tell it right.
Yeah, they pull us aside and ask to check the car. You know, so we waited there. We missed the golf game that we scheduled with you and one of your designer, I think, or your architect. And then we waited there a few hours, and then the lady arrived. She said, "Open the trunk." So I opened, get out of the car, opened the trunk, and there was the sample case in the trunk. And she looked at her document. She said, "You declare that you didn't have any business product with you." So I said, "It's a sample case. Sorry about that. I forgot that. It's always in my car." And then Kevin tried to get out of the car to go explain her his version of the story, and she pulled out her gun and put it in Kevin's face, and she said, "Get back in the car." So I was a bit scared, but it was a good story, and I would have never thought talking about that on a podcast 17 or 18 years later, Jeff.
Hey, you know, some people are just fascinated by the real truth.
I didn't do it.
But we had a good golf game that day, and I drove back to Toronto the same night. And that was the question that she had, the lady, because she could not understand. Maybe it's my accent, I don't know, but she could not understand me. I said, "Well, I'm going there, play golf with my friend. I'm coming back tonight, and he's staying the week." And she could not understand that. So, but that was a great story, and that's the story I talked at Kevin's 40th birthday. It's one of the nice stories I have with Kevin on the road.
Yeah, the good thing in all that, there was no rubber gloves involved, so we're okay.
and so Ben, now do you believe that I've got some good stories? Because that one was pretty, easy. But so it's been fascinating. We've had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs over the last. I think it has been about 18 years that I've known you guys and have come up to Montreal many a times to see Artopex. But tell me, how's business right now?
Well, business is good actually. It's like I mentioned to you before. The meeting is like we're reopening the business, our factory today. So it's a big day for us. At the same time, we're launching new product to help the dealer and to help the customer with battling COVID. So that's a product release today. The past month and a half have been a big challenge for Artopex. I'm sure for every dealer and manufacturer out there. Business is tough. People are trying to find their niche, find their way into the business. And our job is to support them in Canada, but also in the U.S., trying to find a solution for them to our dealer and rep to go present to their customer, and keep people motivated. And I think with your podcast, Jeff, that's what you're trying to do and achieve.
Yep.
It's a business, the office furniture business, and I know a lot of people in other industries. It's a people-to-people business. So
yep.
you know somebody, a competitor. We work together, we share information, and we're trying to achieve the same goal. And we worked together in the past. Now you have your own business that you develop, and it's a people-to-people business.
Yep.
So Artopex went through that, in a way that we're trying also to keep the focus on what we were doing, but reinvent ourselves at the same time. I think we don't have the choice. The world 2 months ago was different than today. So it may come back to what it was before, but it's going to take some time.
What do you think some of the biggest changes are going to be right now? I mean, obviously, everybody's coming out with screens, and I've overheard through a couple reps in different parts of the U.S. especially that bids have recently changed from open desking to back to panel systems. I mean, what are your guys' take? What are your thoughts?
Well, it's definitely, Jeff. It's a challenge. Just as much as I think 9/11 set the bar for security measures, COVID-19, coronavirus, has just set the bar regarding health standards. And the way, as Benoit mentioned, the way we go to market as a manufacturer, the way people are going to be working in their working environments, manufacturing, I mean, everywhere. It affects everyone. When you go to the store, you've seen that already change. So us as a manufacturer, when you look back at all the products that we've launched over the past years, and Jeff, I mean, you represented some of those products,
Yep.
you sold some of these products.
Yep.
It's given us the opportunity to go back and revisit what we have done in the past, open up those binders, and be able to realize that, hey, we have this screen, we have this panel. This product line that was being phased out, all of a sudden, is coming back to the forefront. Why? Because it has screens. It can do, it can separate between workstations. And yes, we have now this movement towards, should we say, temporary screens for desks, because we all hope that this will be temporary until a vaccine is found. But for us, for Artopex, the way we're going to market with this is you have temporary solutions, you have temporary to to permanent, temporary to permanent, and then you have permanent. So at Artopex, we have it all. And it really depends on the urgency of the matter for your client, what they want and where they feel comfortable. You can go temporary to permanent and then permanent back down if you want to. We can go up, go down. We can do it all. So for us, we feel, and this is what we're launching these past couple of days and doing a lot of webinars and training on this, is to realize and really understand what your client wants and how far down the road your client wants to look at. Does he want to look down 5 years? Does he want to look down 10 years? Or really his mind thought is, hey, we're going to get a vaccine in 12 months. Just bring me to 12 months down the road, and then we remove all this. Or no, I'm not comfortable with that. We're going further.
It's kind of interesting, isn't it? I mean, I'm kind of fascinated by today's world and all the stuff that's kind of going on, because two things kind of ring a bell to me. And by the way, I'm very jealous that you guys have wine and beer, and it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon Arizona time. So I still have like 3 more hours before I can start drinking. But just so you guys know, I do have it sitting right at my desk.
Yeah, and about Jack Daniels, Jeff Carlson, when I moved from Quebec City to here, I don't know, but I had a collection of Jack Daniels bottles that were probably leftovers from a Mont Tremblant ski trip.
More than likely.
From Montreal to Quebec City, from Quebec City to Granby, and I wasn't drinking that stuff anymore. So I ended up giving the bottles to one of our factory employees who loved Jack Daniels. I must have given him 3 bottles.
So it's all very appreciative. I mean, it's a good drink. I don't know what you're missing. So Mount Tremblant, I forgot about all those ski trips. Those were awesome. No, I'm curious to know, and Ben, maybe you're the one that's been talking to a lot of reps as well with Kevin, but we've been talking to a lot of reps of how are you going to get back in front of customers when they're not going to let you in the door?
That's true, Jeff. It's really a concern for them, because even us at the plant, we need to sign all kinds of documents to make sure where you were coming from and all that stuff. So us having and visit some dealers, let's say 4 or 5 per day, and needed to sign those documents, say where were you before, and that will probably change the way the rep will work. That's for sure. So it's those virtual meetings will be a little bit more often, and stuff like you organized with your neocon, or I don't remember how you call it, your
Chicago from your couch.
There you go. Yeah. So this will be really popular, I think. I don't know how it's going, but I think this will be really efficient. But again, customer service will probably be a little bit more increased, and I think we have a good customer relationship internally that will be helpful for our reps and to help them to get a little bit in front. I think in my mind, I had before was you have to see them to sell them. Now it's more they got to see you to sell them. So it's a little different way to look at it right now.
That's good.
Yeah, it's true too, because I mean, this is a very, Benoit, you said it, Kevin said it, Ben said it. This is a very relationship-driven industry, and it always will be. It's always about the people, and otherwise, if it was just about product, half this industry probably wouldn't even exist. So it still is about the people and the connections that you make. And I do think that when people finally do allow you, so I went into a bank the other day to sign a loan, and I went to shake my banker's hand, who's been my banker for the last 20 some years. And he wouldn't shake my hand. He put out his elbow. I don't know about you, but I'm not elbowing people. I just think that's just kind of weird. But I was ready to shake his hand, and I guess that's now not the norm. And so as this normal keeps changing on us, I think when you do get FaceTime, it's going to be even more special. And I think that to stand out, you're going to have to really step up your game these days.
I think we're going to adapt, Jeff. Human nature adapt itself to many things in the past, and this one here we're gonna adapt, and customer and user dealer reps will adapt to us having meeting on Zoom or Team or whatsoever, and I think our time become a bit more precious. I had a meeting with the end user today and a dealer. And we look at the drawing, what he needs, what he wants, and all that. And then we're going to have another meeting and probably a third meeting just before we show up to the showroom. He wants to go to the showroom, but let's not go to the showroom at the beginning. Let's do our homework and then validate the work at the showroom. So I think it's going to change a bit the process, the way we do things. We like to be a face-to-face business, but with all the technology today, it's easy to be face-to-face, like we're doing now.
Yep.
I have you in front of me. Maybe without this COVID, I would have not have a cocktail with you, Jeff, tonight. And And I feel that it's a privilege to have you with us and sharing times with us today.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm honored too, guys, that you fit me into your guys' schedule, and I'm glad that we were able to kind of make this time work. I know we had to jump it a little bit. I'm blaming Ben on that, just so you know. Yeah. No, not you, Ben. The other Ben. We'll blame him.
Yeah,
He's the one that reached
yeah.
out to me over the weekend and said, "Oh, I need an extra hour or something." But
Yeah.
But no,
These cocktails. Sorry, but as Benoit was saying, Ben Goudreault, these meetings online and going through presentations. So you're no longer having lunch with a client. You're no longer having cocktails. Cocktails are online, are much cheaper for our boss. Expenses accounts are going to go down.
Yep.
What's that like,
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, there's a lot of positives around it too. I mean, I definitely don't know that I would want to be a startup company right now. That's for sure. But Artopex has been entrenched for years. And by the way, that also brings me, Artopex. Which one of the three of you could tell me where Artopex's name came from?
I can.
Well, you cheat.
Kevin.
Go ahead, Kevin. Tell us where it came from.
All right. Artopex, the name comes from three companies that merged together. All right. We had Artinium, which was a veneer company, Opus Seating, and Bonex Metal. So you have the ART from Artinium, the OP from Opus, and the EX from Bonex Metal. Creates Artopex.
And how long ago was that? That was
gosh. That, Jeff, goes back
60, 70 years ago, 60 years ago.
No, that goes back
and
to
then,
in the 70s probably, that the name
70s.
the name I guess became one.
Yeah.
And then after that it became Artopex Plus for a small period of time. That is when Pro Furniture, or Daniel Pelletier and his two brothers, acquired the assets to Artopex in end of 92, early 93.
Okay.
And became Artopex Plus. And then in 2004-ish, 5-ish, we dropped the Plus and became branded as Artopex, because that's how people knew us. But still to this day, some people say Artoplex, Apotex, which is a drug manufacturer. But and some people say Arto what?
I was talking to somebody the other day when I asked them, I think it was Meyer Fabrics. I said, "So is it Meyer or Mayer?" And he said, "I don't care. I'll take orders." So,
yeah, do we say Oscar Mayer or Oscar Meyer?
Yeah, whatever. Just give me the orders. I'm fine with you. Call me whatever you want. So, but it is. So the history has been fantastic, and you guys, Kevin and Benoit, you guys have known each other for a long time too. You guys met when you were ski people, what are those? Ski Patrol, right? Is that where you guys met?
Yeah, not Ski Bunny, Ski Patrol.
Ski Bunny. Yeah, that's what it is.
It was a ski patrol at Sutton in the Eastern Township, and Kevin joined the ski patrol team, and his first day on the job, he was sitting beside me and putting his ski boots on. We skied all day together, and we party all night, and we become a good friend, and I was his best man at his wedding. So since then we've been best friends. So if I work for Artopex, it's a bit because of Kevin.
And if you look at me now, you wonder, how could this guy have been ski patrol and skiing? You know me, Jeff, knock off 100 pounds. I always say I've been working for Artopex for almost 25 years now, and I'd like to say about 4 or 5 pounds a year.
Yeah, that's exactly
what I've gained
on average
for Artopex.
Let me tell you, I've lost 30 pounds since I haven't been able to travel. It's so wonderful when you eat at home.
Yeah.
So, and I will tell you, there are a lot of perks to this. Like, I have not been on the road since literally early March. I've been walking more at night. I've been working out. I've been doing more things. In Arizona, we're nowhere near lockdown like you guys are. In fact, I believe today is the first day they're opening up all the restaurants and everything here. So,
wow.
So we're very relaxed.
How do you see the business moving on, Jeff? With your your company is awesome right now because you're all virtual. The binders are probably out. If they were not out, they're out now.
Yep.
So I think you become the benchmark in the promotion and the binder business and sharing information with the influencer of the business.
So let's not start any more conspiracy theories. MRL did not start this COVID-19 thing. So just be very clear about that.
It's just a rumor.
It's just a rumor. It is very, yes, we've been working for the last 8 years believing that eventually you guys can stop printing as many binders. This particular time in our industry, the activity levels within my resource library have skyrocketed almost 4 times the amount. So we were looking at the data from last month in March. We chose a week and just we're looking at it. In 2019, we averaged 3,143 unique logins every day. So, which is fantastic traffic for any website. Those same days in the month of March, we were over 10,000.
Wow.
So the activity levels have skyrocketed. It's kind of strange because we do know a lot of people, unfortunately, are losing their jobs and have been furloughed or and so forth. And our hearts go out to them. And we've been reaching out to as many people as we can to help try and find new work for them. So anybody reaches out to me, I'm trying my best to introduce them to opportunities. But it's been very interesting in the fact that one day last month, and I forget the day it was, I think it was a Wednesday, but one day last month, we signed up 1,100 interior design students in one day.
Wow.
So, which is a record for us. The library just continues to grow. We have lost some dealers. Some dealers have kind of bailed out of our services. I think that they are just very concerned about the future, and we're not in the financial shape in which to, renew at the time that they renewed. But we've extended our renewal by over 90 days, so we're trying to help as many people as we possibly can. Ben mentioned we're launching Chicago from your couch. You can't go to Chicago for this year's trade show, so we're launching an entire program around it. We're thrilled by it. We have over 50 manufacturers that are already participating. For those that don't know, we're actually doing it. It starts June 8th, but it goes till the end of December. So we actually are going to leave this library live for 6 months. And then in August, we've hired 16 designers from dealers, design firms, as well as design students. They're going to go through everybody's binder in the month of August. And then in September, we're going to have the first ever true, what I call true, award ceremony. In other words, you cannot pay me to win an award. You cannot pay me to be a part of the award ceremony. It is free for everybody to be a part of the library. And so, but we wanted to have an actual award over just looking at product and selecting the best of the best. So we're putting that together as well.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. People are agile. People are going to reinvent themselves. Businesses will reinvent themselves.
Yes.
And we have to, as the office furniture salespeople, we have to find these niche and these markets and work with our dealer to support them go get these markets. We at Artopex, we had a lot of product in development, new product we're working on. And now we're relooking and rethinking at that to make sure that we spend the time on the product that will fit the next quarter and the next year's needs. So, and I think everybody will do the same, not only in our industry, but in other industry also. So.
Well, you guys just launched the Mute Box not too long ago, right? Wasn't that a more recent launch for you guys?
Yeah, Mute Box.
Yep. So how do you think products like that are going to do moving into this next era? I personally think they're going to do really well because of the standpoint of people wanting to kind of get away from everything to make more of the calls and so forth. But what are your guys' thoughts on it?
For me, I think it's a balance between temporarily and permanent product.
Yep.
So people will have to find the perfect balance for their businesses and workspace. And if the mute box, which is an enclosed box, fit into the mix, then they're going to put some. If they want to go other ways with more privacy for each people with higher panels, then maybe there'll not be a need for the mute box. But I think it's the balance between temporarily set up and permanent setup. So I don't know, Ben and Kevin, what you think, but go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, I just actually, it's funny because last Friday I had a call with a dealer who has a nice project, but they requested to have an air filter on the mute box.
Yep.
So that's another industry that we were not in that we need to look at. And as you know, Jeff, we're doing a lot of special at Artopex. So this is something that we're saying, just like Meyer, bring the orders, but we need to see it. And we'll see, okay, is it worth it or not? And we'll look at it. But this is all kinds of things that will be efficient for sure. It's not the same use that we want it and we launch it, but it's certainly going to be attractive to the industry.
Yeah. Kevin, what do you think?
Well, I think, to add to what Benoit said, I'm pretty sure that exactly there needs to be a balance. Companies will decide themselves which products works, which product doesn't work for them, for their reality. Now, will the mute box be modified? Will it have to be a bit bigger? Will we sell just more of the solo versus the collaborative one? That remains to be seen. But the clients will dictate where the market goes, essentially.
Yeah.
And manufacturers, as ourselves, we are fairly quick to adapt. As you know, we're a very flexible manufacturer. We do a lot of specials in the lines that we do have, other than regular SKUs, and that's always been the strength of Artopex. So we listen to our clients' needs, and we'll adapt if need be.
Yeah, I think that's one thing Artopex does very well is adapt. And actually, I mean, when I was your guys' rep, I did a lot of custom projects with you with the products, and I was always pushing the envelope with certain things.
I know.
I believe the Jeff Ped still exists today, actually, in your product offering. But
Jeff, a lot of things that you brought to the table during your repping years in Detroit and Grand Rapids along that corridor, we still talk about today. Your infamous presentation with the Minimax, your infamous presentation about the 3mm edge detail, where your competition was saying that Artopex could not live up, and then you took one of the sample blocks, and obviously with high from your 6'4" and the weight that you had that you brought onto that side of the edge, not knowing what the reaction would be. So
sometimes it's all trial and error, Kevin. You just got to go with it.
I remember we're talking about trips. I remember, I think 2003 or 4, Jeff, we organized a trip to Northern Michigan with my wife and your wife, Laura.
Yep.
And went to meet you in Michigan, and we drove, I think 2 or 3 days up north playing golf, and the wives went to the spa.
Yeah. And
we were playing golf. So it was kind of a nice trip. Good dinner, good company. I think we had a lot of fun, Jeff. It's in my great memories, actually.
Hey, talking about memories, Jeff, just coming back, I had Joanne go to the basement and bring back a picture.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
So there's a picture
of the ski patrol.
Yeah, there's Ben and there's Kevin.
Wow. So I remember the first time I went onto a golf course with Ben, and he showed up at the golf course, and I went, well, this shouldn't be a problem. I mean, this guy is definitely not in great shape, and I think I could take him. And then he beat me senseless on the golf course, which was very humiliating. And then I went to Mount Tremblant with Kevin and a big group from Michigan. I took them up there for a ski trip. They went what is it, dog sledding and everything else. Well, Ben showed up there and he brought Patricia. That was the first time I had ever met Patricia. And I'm first now going, okay, so the guy whipped me really badly on the golf course. He's dating this beautiful woman. This just isn't making sense, but he can't ski. And sure enough, he can out-ski everybody there. And I'm just going, well, clearly I just am terrible at reading people. So, but we've had a lot of fun over the years, that's for sure. And I do appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. But we've had a lot of fun trips. I do anticipate having a lot more fun with you guys as this thing kind of wraps itself up. And but before I kind of close off on this, let me ask you guys one thing, and you can answer it one at a time. You got 30 seconds to say something about Artopex. What's it going to be?
So I guess I'm the first to start.
You've got seniority, Benoit.
Yeah, exactly. So a family business. I can tell since day one, this company have been built on these values, the family business. Not only the employee, but all the reps, all the people surrounding the company, our supplier. I'm involved with the supply chain sometime, and some people are saying, look, I've been selling product or raw material to Artopex since day one, so very loyal to our employee, very loyal to our supply chain. And that's how we build a nice business, buying loyal to people. And also, Danielle had a great vision of wanted everything under the same roof. So Artopex grew a lot by acquisition. Obviously, at one point, it was tough to understand the message and the vision, but now it's all clear. We have it all. We have the system. We have Keys Good. We have it all, and we're on a roll. I think we could become one of the largest office furniture supplier in North America in the near future. So.
Nice.
I know it took more than 30 seconds, but you know me, I talk a bit too much.
Yeah, you took 90 seconds. You just talked for all of us.
Sorry about that, Kevin.
Wow. Kevin just doesn't want to talk. But go ahead, Kevin. I'll still give you 30 seconds.
There's nothing left to say. Yeah, Ben said it. Family-owned company. I have the pleasure of I still work for the father. I work for the two brothers. Now it's second generation that's coming in, Martin and Francis. Great team. We have, Ben said, family values, an accessible company. All right, that's very important. And yes, very family-oriented spirit. They're there for you. And heck, I've been there for 25 years. So I don't see myself going somewhere else. And very innovative company as well with the screens that we just came out. Yes, as you mentioned, Jeff, everyone's coming out with them. But so far, the webinars that we've had, people are saying, wow, you guys really hit the sweet spot with what you're launching.
Oh, my gosh. You guys got to pause for a second because the most beautiful woman just walked into the meeting right now. Let's all just take a moment to say hello.
All right. Yeah, we're done.
Hi, Jeff, how are you?
Yeah, there we go.
Good. How are you, Patricia? You doing okay?
Yes, I am doing okay, yeah.
Good.
Patricia, she's a school teacher. She started, today was her first day back to school. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd that go? First day back?
Well, actually, I started last week, and we are having our student Wednesday.
Okay.
So we have to prepare for that, so it's a lot of work.
So how old of students do you teach?
It's the kindergarten this year.
I'm kind of curious to know when they come back, Patricia, will you let Benoit know or let me know? I'm kind of curious to see if their behavior has changed because of this situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of curious about it.
Yeah. We'll call you and share that information.
Yeah. So I told him to come and get you onto the phone, Patricia, so because I just had to see you. And if Kevin was smart, he'd bring Joanne on because she knows me too. So, and she's probably sitting right next to him. Ben, I don't know. Are you even married, Ben?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if Ben was married.
Together, Jeff.
28 years.
Together, 28 or 29 with 2 kids. So it's like we've been married for a long time. So yeah.
No, we're still dating, Jeff.
Yes.
As
Dating.
you used to say.
Hi, everyone.
So Patricia just texted me too, Ben, that the first year was the good one. So and Joanne just came onto the phone here, so we've got another visitor. Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Good. And yourself, Jeff?
Wonderful. Thank you. I can't believe you're still taking care of the big guy there. Congratulations.
Yeah.
She remained the same weight. I didn't.
Hey, that's what women do to you, Kevin. They just make you put it on. I mean, look, Laura hasn't changed at all, but yet, I've gained all the weight. So.
Yeah.
Where's Laura?
Yeah, where is she?
So you guys may not realize I own a second house in my neighborhood. So this is actually my second house that I use as an office. Laura doesn't work out of here at all, so it's just me. And so she's at home with the girls right now.
Oh, so
Okay,
if we go
say
to
hi to
Arizona,
her.
we can stay
Yeah,
there.
say hi to her.
Absolutely. I will definitely, and I'll share this with her because she'll love that. So Ben, now
So, Jeff,
you are
if we go to
married
Arizona,
because
can we stay there?
you're welcome to. There's no beds. There's only height adjustable desks. So, but you're welcome to stay here. It's got a pool and a hot tub in the backyard. So,
Okay.
yeah, I
Nice.
mean,
Wow.
it's pretty special. But and the only reason I asked about Ben is whether he was married or not, because he's got a hockey jersey on his wall behind him. And so I just assumed that was a bachelor pad.
Yeah, no. No, I'm married for almost 10 years now.
Congratulations.
So a little bit, yeah, and have a little daughter, 9 years old, Emma, yeah. And we're part of Montreal, so we're not extended. So Patricia is working, she's starting this week, but then close from Montreal, we're just starting on the 25th. So it's so she's still doing some homeschool right now. So.
Nice. Yeah, luckily for me, my oldest daughter is a senior in high school. So, well, I shouldn't say lucky for me. Boy, if she heard that, she wouldn't be happy. She missed her prom. She missed her graduation. She actually, because of this new world that we live in, there's no such thing as a valedictorian anymore. In Arizona, now everybody kind of graduates with the participation ribbon. But you have to submit a speech, and then they select from the speech. My daughter was chosen to give a speech at graduation, and she just recorded it yesterday for the virtual graduation. So,
Nice.
Oh, wow.
so it's kind of disappointing because, I would have loved to have been there in person to see that. My other daughter, Dylan, has been training.
But Jeff, you're gonna cry anyway when you're gonna watch the movie, or watch the video. You're gonna cry. There or at home, it's the same emotion.
It's the same emotion, but I don't have my camera, so I can't take pictures. I'll just be recording the video. So.
and Jeff, the good thing in all this, with no graduation, no after grad party, is you don't have to kick a 17-year-old's butt, and give him the speech,
That's true. Very true statements there for sure. So, but I feel bad for him. But my other daughter has been studying with the executive chef at our country club. And he has not stopped working with her this entire time. So she goes up and still is cooking and learning all about the kitchen and becoming a chef. So she's basically the equivalent of a sous chef at the age of 14. So,
oh, wow.
So it's been really an interesting time for us. So we're going to kind of see what happens to the economy. And I think we're going to come out of this in a much better spot than we were actually. So
I think so too.
Yep. So
Good.
But I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to just sign off, but don't go anywhere because I want to get another picture of you guys. So before we close off, but I just want to thank you guys all for participating in this. I'm going to be editing it and then I'll put it live here as fast as we can. I have to send it off to my marketing team. But we'll be putting this out on Spotify and on iTunes and everywhere else so that you guys can watch the entire podcast as you will. But I want to thank Artopex and thank all three of you guys and your lovely wives for allowing you to participate in this wine drinking, beer drinking, and me not drinking festival. So Thank you, guys.
That's good.
Bye.
Thank you, Jeff.
Bye.
Bye.